have a choice, you just have to go do it.
One day with so it's different. That's hilarious.
I just did a.
The dialect.
Okay. So you can also.
Is our
That's what I was
city
gonna do, I was gonna look and
That's
see
okay.
about smoking. Just remember, you will whatever works.
I know, and I don't want to be a slow, like I hear.
I'm
nervous.
And it can be just one thing, like,
Right.
it's just like, it's not allowed in.
And they can't do it in public spaces, you know, and they use like sidewalks or.
Right. So, sorry, I didn't totally set just you, that wasn't today on, like,
So do we need, I want this to go for
You do?
I'm good with that.
Do you want to use this one tonight?
No.
Do we need, this is an, I wanted Chad's input.
Yeah, so I just trying to do it if we do
Test.
Am I on Tuesday?
What do you think? Just bring that up.
They seem so far
I know they said next week. I know Maddie said we not.
My person that I talked to,
You have
those
to-
those days that I don't.
We have it.
I got
I'll tap when it's,
Is there a?
I'm watching the
It's all, they all, it's
I
all
have one other
right.
person I need
This is
she's never a yes,
That wasn't meant to be this year.
So we can maybe change it.
So the
I was actually looking forward to that.
We'll get on the tar up there to hold it
Yeah, we
down because they were
I
done.
mean, it's pretty
And it
much.
was so windy.
Why
And
are you
it
doing that?
was
All the
awesome.
young
And
people.
to have it blew up that flat and all
I will give it a shot. I just.
No, I thought it was.
I know, I know,
And then we actually decide.
It would be an extra picture one or she only works so many shifts.
We have to make it a little bit stronger.
I'm a no.
Sorry.
I know, I get work a lot, but sometimes I can't switch, it's just starting to
Well, then August is so I'm doing all the additions and stuff. That's always
Summer, I was looking forward to that. I literally thought about you last night. I just don't want to be for the dump.
Not bad. Good evening. Tonight is July 25th. It is our council meeting, and we will begin the meeting at 5:30 p.m. I'll call the meeting to order, and item number 2, if Pam could take the roll call.
Motley.
Here.
Friedman.
Here.
Paulson.
Present.
Yondich. Present. Johnson.
Here.
Marinelli.
Here.
Mayor Cuffey is absent.
Stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4 is a public forum limited to 5 minutes. Is there anyone in the audience that would care to address the council during this time? Seeing none, we'll move to item number 5, the consent agenda. The following items will be enacted by one motion unless a councilor or citizen of the City of Virginia requests that the item be considered separately. Item 5.1, approval and correction of the minutes of the regular meeting held July 11, 2023. Item 5.2, adoption of the finance resolution number 23-014, schedule of bills. 5.3, approve the following travel requests that are already budgeted items. Item E, Noah Burr, patrol officer, to attend the LELS annual training from September 6th through the 7th, 2023, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, at a cost of $348.90 $2.40. B, Pamela Levine, City Clerk, to attend the MCFOA Advanced Academy from September 14th through the 15th, 2023 in Bemidji, Minnesota at a cost of $606.68. C, Jenny Urbanet, Community Development Coordinator, to attend the Northeast Minnesota Housing Institute Workshop on August 2nd through the 3rd, 2023 in Grand Rapids, Minnesota at a cost of $78.60. Item D, Jody Grebanowski and Stephanie Wishlacks to attend the MLA Annual Conference from October 3rd through the 5th, 2023 in St. Paul, Minnesota at a cost of $950.87 each. Item E, Tom Norman, Aaron Hill, and Jim Hunt, Park and Recreation Department, to attend the Minnesota Ice Managers Association Fall Conference from September 5th through the 8th, 2023 in Cohasset, Minnesota at a cost of $1,278.62 per person. Item F, Brian Silver and Brianna Coughlin, Park and Recreation Department, to attend the Minnesota State Fair on August 23rd through the 24th, 2023 at a cost of $312 each. Item 5.4, approve the transient merchant license for Kevin Day, DBA, County Fresh Farms. Item 5.5, approve the pay application number 1 from Parsons Electric for the lift station SCADA upgrade project in the amount of $124,848.24. With that, I'm looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll move the consent agenda.
Moved by Councilor Johnson, support? Support by Councilor Motley, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, item 6 is limited to 10 minutes. Is there anyone that would like to appear before the council? Seeing none, we'll move to number 7, unfinished business. 7.1 is the clinic lease. Are there any updates on the clinic lease? Sherry?
Nothing.
Nothing at this time. Moving on to item 8.1, or discussion items. 8.1, adopt the resolution for issuance, sale, and delivery of GO bonds series 2023A.
Support.
Moved by Councilor Friedlieb, supported by Councilor Johnson. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.2, accept the resignation from Bob Henderson from the Planning and Zoning Commission. Moved by Councilor Motley, supported by Councilor Baranzelli. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.3, approve the second reading of the proposed ordinance amending Chapter 8, Section 8.07 of the City Code entitled Rules and Regulation for the Use of the Waters of Silver Lake in Virginia Bailey's Lake.
I'll move the second reading.
Councilor Johnson moves the second reading. Support by Councilor Friedlieb. Any further discussion? Councilor Johnson?
Yeah, this is going to be the space between the new bridge and the public utilities that nobody will be able to use. The rest of the lake will still be available for people to fish and boat and swim or whatever else they'd like to do.
Thank you for that. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Motion carries. Item 8.4, Planning and Zoning Commission, meeting from July 13th, 2023. We are asked to consider the variance request from Ralco-Orange, which is KFC, address 1201 17th Street South. Item A, to approve an 88 square foot variance from the maximum allowed 64 square foot of signage in order to construct a 14 by 8.1 foot, which is 112 square feet sign, and a 5 by 8.1 feet, which is a 4 square foot sign, to the west of the property. Looking for a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Beyondich, is there support? Support by Councilor Motley. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, under that same planning and zoning meeting, they are asking us to approve a 10-foot variance from the required 20-foot rear yard setback.
So
Moved by Councilor Johnson and supported by Councilor Baranzelli. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, approve a 15-foot variance from the required 25-foot side yard setback.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson, supported by Counselor Beyondich. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 8.5, set the VEDA levy public hearing for August 8, 2023 at 5 p.m. Moved by Counselor Motley, supported by Counselor Beyondich. Any further discussion? Motion carries. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Moving to item 8.6, to adopt a resolution calling for public hearing on the proposed adoption of an ordinance vacating certain streets and alleys within the public safety center area. Moved by Counselor Freely. Is there support? Support by Counselor Motley. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion, those opposed, motion carries. And we'll move on to item number 9, committee reports, and our City Administrator, Britzy Dennis, will go forward. Thank you.
Thank you. At the Committee of the Whole meeting held on July 18th, 2023, we had a presentation from Matt Reed, our City Engineer of Record, regarding the supplemental agreement for professional services with SEH for what is now being called our sewer rehab phase 1 project. It was originally called our sewer lining project, but due to the extreme conditions of the lining you're looking at that runs from approximately 10th Street south from the 100 block to the south, it has now become a reconstruction project. It was moved and supported to approve that agreement for professional services with SEH in the amount of not to exceed $54,700.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson,
Support.
supported by Counselor Garzelli. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the quote from Case for the wastewater treatment plant monitoring, but since that meeting, staff has gotten more information, so we're asking the council to please table 9.1.
Move to table for further information.
Counselor Johnson moves to table. Is there support for that table motion? Supported by Counselor Freely. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries to table.
It was moved and supported to approve the existing calendar parking regulations in the 400 block of 10th Street South with no further changes.
So moved by Counselor Motley. Is there support? Support by Counselor Beyondich. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the request for a road closure that came from AOA for the 200 block of 6th Street South for their community day that was held on July 20th, 2023.
I'll move that.
Moved by Counselor Johnson. Is there support? Support by Counselor Motley. Any further discussion? Counselor Johnson?
Thank you. That was last Thursday, and it was a phenomenal community event. They estimated, I think I saw a number of 800 plus people there for the day. There were a lot of booths, several city employees and councilors showed up, so we appreciate that. And they're planning on doing it again, so we can look forward to another request similar to this, but it was an excellent event, and a lot of kudos to the AOA staff for putting together such great.
Thank you for that, Counselor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? It's been moved and supported. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to authorize staff to proceed with obtaining cost estimates and funding sources for the repair of the sanitary sewer main that runs along the former 3rd Street South, which is now located on the Virginia High School site, which needs to be repaired by the demolition of the green.
Support.
Moved by Counselor Freely, supported by Counselor Johnson. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to adopt a resolution to accept the donation of real property for the property at 709 9th Street North.
Moved by Counselor Motley, supported by Counselor Beyondich. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the request to change light fixtures at the Community Relations Mall office.
Moved by Counselor Beyondich. supported by Counselor Motley. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion, any opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the creation of the library clerk dash technology job description with a starting wage of $29.26 per hour.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Friedlieb, supported by Counselor Johnson. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the memorandum of understanding with LELS Local 195 for the school resource officer position.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson. Is there support? Support by Counselor Motley. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to receive and file the letter requesting an additional 6-month extension of unpaid leave of absence from an employee and to direct staff to send a letter to that employee.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Friedlieb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the updated personnel policy which incorporated recent statute changes.
Moved by Counselor Motley. Is there support? Support. Support by Counselor Beyondich. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the proposed information technology systems coordinator wage.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson. Is there support? Support by Counselor Baranzelli. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the wage for the rental housing inspector.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Counselor Motley, supported by Counselor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to authorize the purchase of one 6-person golf cart from Easy Go Shuttle in the amount of $15,495, as this was the lowest quote that met the specifications.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson, supported by Counselor Beyondich. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the local purchase of one gas fryer and one hot food serving counter from Supplies on Demand in the total amount of $20,410.57.
Is there a motion? Motion to approve by Counselor Motley, supported by Counselor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the request for closure of the 800 block of 5th Street South for National Night Out, which is on August 1st, 2023.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Beyondich. Is there support? Support by Counselor Baranzelli. Any further discussion? All those, Counselor Johnson.
I thought we had, okay, never mind.
We did discuss with the police chief after the meeting, and then she didn't have any
Okay.
position to discuss.
All right, thank you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to allow staff to begin work on updating the city's park and trail master plan and to include the trail from Midway to Virginia and a potential splash pad near Silver Lake, and to authorize staff to start seeking potential funding for these projects.
So moved by Counselor Motley,
Support.
supported by Counselor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve staff to set a special meeting for a cannabis ordinance discussion.
Looking for a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Motley. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by Counselor Beyondich. Any further discussion? Counselor Beyondich.
Thank you. And are we just waiting to hear from Deputy Chief Nicola to set the meetings?
Either that or, haven't heard from Deputy Chief Nicola, but we could bring it up at the next meeting on the committee of the whole on Tuesday. Mr. Attorney, I don't know if you've had a chance to draft any documents or look into that, so.
Yeah, we are looking at it, and we're compiling some information about the new laws that are going into effect.
Any further discussion?
By having it next Tuesday is, I mean, will it go into effect or are we going to be lagging behind the timeline on that?
Well, there's certain aspects of the new legislation go into effect August 1st, but as far as legal dispensary sales, which is what we may be looking at, or even the manufacturing facilities, none of those portions of the laws are slated to go into effect during 2024. So we've got time.
And what about the, where it could be used? Are we able to stop that or postpone that until we have
Actually, the laws about where it can be used are fairly good for the city. They're treating it very much the same way as cigarette smoking. So it's easy for any public facility or any facility to prohibit within its facilities the smoking, and you're only allowed to smoke it primarily in private residences. But even where you are allowed to do it outdoors and in public, it's not allowed where smoking is not allowed.
Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Councilor Johnson?
Thank you. I would prefer we do have a separate meeting. My concern is that if we try to rush it on Tuesday at the committee of the whole meeting, it'll get rushed through. I would prefer that we do have just a specific meeting on the cannabis stuff moving probably in August. I would think would be looking out at the next 2 weeks since we're really beginning, but I would prefer a separate special meeting for that.
So do we want to set that this evening?
We'll have to
Have to get a hold of, we should definitely reach for the cloud.
and then just see when they're, I know next week there's only a couple of days that would work, so.
And then just send an email for availability out? Okay. Do we need a motion on that? Yes. Okay.
We have a motion.
Oh, any further discussion? I'm sorry. Councilor Motley.
So August 1st, when the marijuana goes legal, can people smoke it in our parks when we're sitting in the music in the park on a Tuesday night?
Sorry.
I'll have to double check on that to see if
I thought when I went to this class for the League of Minnesota Cities, I felt like they said we had to make an ordinance for public space, which would include parks, and I think we need to make an ordinance on that. So I'm all for it as soon as we can make a special meeting, that would be great. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Motley. Councilor Johnson.
Well, we don't currently allow any consumption of tobacco in any of our public spaces. So I would think it would just be a matter of adding or other things to that. So I think that I think that happens anyway already. It's just a matter of people just like, yeah, please don't cheer if you're going to go across the street or something. So I think we're sort of covered, but I appreciate us being very specific about that moving forward. And an ordinance would take a month or two anyway for readings and stuff. So I think we're doing our diligence on this one.
Pam, do you have any other information?
Yes, thank you, Councilor Wilson. I did watch a webinar today, and so it's kind of the same rules as alcohol. So if there's no drinking in the park, it's pretty much the same. There's no smoking of marijuana either.
So it would be beneficial for us to get a meeting scheduled, a special meeting scheduled as soon as possible to coordinate those. So then I guess if there's no further discussion, we're just looking to move to set a special meeting date to discuss specifically the cannabis ordinance. So that's the motion I'd be looking for.
Yeah, we have a first and a second.
For the first reading. Well, no, for the first discussion.
To set the meeting.
To set the meeting.
We have a motion and a second. To
Oh, we
set the
already
meeting.
do. Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I thought you meant first and the second. Okay, so if that's the case, then is there any further discussion? If all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve staff to set a date to discuss the housing study, and we are proposing August 8th, 2023 at 4 p.m.
Moved by Counselor Motley, supported by Counselor Johnson. Any further discussion? Counselor Johnson.
Pam, could you send out that calendar reminder right away and not just reading the required? It's easier to get it on the calendar if we get it right away.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
No further action, Madam.
Okay, so let's move on to item number 10, commission liaison reports. Is there anyone that would like to give a commission liaison report tonight? Counselor Motley? Rita?
I have two. So the first one is the public utilities. We had a meeting yesterday. We have a college update. All steam equipment has been removed from the college. BPU is planning on shutting down the main line in the next few weeks. They are also hoping to clean up the area between the college manhole and the driveway at Parkview School. And they did finish their audit also. And then the other one is Parks and Rec, which is a bit longer as they're a little larger. So this meeting was last week. So Park and Recreation Commission met last week. We had to move locations due to the building being used by a renter. At the meeting, we had public input from the Virginia citizen requiring what happened to the plans for dog park that were discussed in 2019. Brian explained in the meeting that we did not receive the grant and there has been no funding for it in the past few years. Park and Recreation Commission has asked Brian to distribute that information to them again so that they can take a look at the project, and he has done so. In our August meeting, we will be discussing this. Since last week's presentation on the Iron Trail Motors Event Center, the following has been booked. 5 corporate training dates for July and August 2023, association training in August 2023, corporate job fair September of this year, 6th district court event September of this year, a church rental in January of 24, and a wedding in January of 24. Park construction projects are well underway. The tennis court resurfacing project was completed yesterday under budget. Brian will now be working with Dave to upgrade the nets, rigging systems, and wind screens with the remainder of the budget that was set aside from the tennis court improvement project. Construction has begun on the Alcott Park entrance project. Footings have been dug and poured, and we expect to see the pillars being constructed next week. Park staff has been working with the Virginia Market Square as directed by City Council in the construction of the new stage and performance venue at the Klein Cupoletti building. This project is almost completed. Also, don't miss this weekend's big events right here at the Iron Trail Motors Event Center. Saturday afternoon from noon to 4 p.m. will be the first ever Family Fun Day, filled with free activities for the whole family. See the flyer. It will include food trucks, Go Figure, Barb's Fried Bread, Saigon, and street tacos. Music by Preston Gunderson. The Forge, other things that will be included are the Forged axe throwing, bouncy house with obstacles, greens on 14th, putting, base painting, dunk tank with Brian Silver. Make sure to participate on that one. Ice cream social with the Mayor Cuppy. Downtown Dance Academy and Cook Country Connection Animals will be present. Again, reminder that's from 12 to 4 this Saturday here at the Iron Trail Motors Event Center. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Motley. Any further commission liaison reports? Okay, moving to item number 11, department head reports. Is there anyone that'd like to give a department head report tonight? Jody?
I just have updates, so I'm just going to borrow your mic. Thank you. So the library's been really busy. This week, weather permitting, is looking pretty good. So we do have our big truck day, which is working trucks. So I think we will have a snowplow and various other things. I know the post truck is coming, possibly the fire truck. Who knows? It depends on what happens in the world. But just so you know, for the following week, on July 31st, we have a theater. So that one's at 10:30 in the morning. That's a Monday, so that's a little bit more, that's a different day than we usually have our events, and that one's, so that should be pretty good. It's going to be in the event room. National Night Out is on the 1st. We will be there. The Llamas will be also at National Night Out, so if you miss them on Saturday, you can come see them on Tuesday. And then we are starting a program, kind of a first Thursdays, and this one you're going to come and learn about disc golf. That we have our disc golf that you can check out and talk about the different places that you can play in Virginia. So that is our next 2 weeks. And then, of course, we have our finale, which is on the 10th, and that will also be in front of the library. The road will be closed, so just keep that in mind on both the 27th and the 10th of August. The road in front of the library will be closed, and so we'll have our final summer fair. It's going to be an event with I will be in the dunk tank. I will be dressed as a mermaid, so, and anybody else that, Stephanie's got some other people lined up, so that will be our finale as for the end of summer reading again on the 10th. So, but there's still time. If you have not finished your summer reading packets, go ahead. There's still time to get them done. Come see us, and we'll get you connected with books and all sorts of other goodies. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Jody. Then on to number 12, council reports. Is there any counselor that would like to give a report this evening? Councilor Motley?
Just one thing. So I attended the Virginia Community Band concert on, I don't know, what day, Thursday last week. It was fantastic, great. So I just had a little update. That was their last concert this year in Virginia. However, there is going to be a bonus concert this Thursday at 7 p.m., which is July 27th at the Discovery Center in Chisholm. Members of our Virginia Band and Hibbing are joining forces for one last hurrah this summer. I'm told it's a must-see. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Motley. Any other council reports? Okay, with that, no one else has anything? Okay, so we will move to adjourn to Tuesday, August 8th, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. in, hopefully we will be back in the council's chambers. If not, we will be back at the Iron Trail Motors Event Center. Thank you.
It's not even 7 o'clock yet.
Holy moly, what happened?
I never-
Julie, I just didn't know.
I never typed things. That's
You know, the other thing, I think I was gonna make-
I was trying to check off.
You have time to wait. You have time to wait.
I didn't say I, like, I can't read the six lines, but that's like,
when I never say.
Really?
Because I was rushed.
So
I know, that's why I'm, right, it's like, okay.
Just have to.
Thank you. Mr.
Thank you.
Okay, take it easy.
Thank you.